Welcome to Rhinos and Aliens.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the Rhinos and...
You're going to say show.
Yep. Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the Rhinos and Aliens After Dark, episode 30.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Number one podcasting crew in Western New York. It's me, the Don Dotto of all Dons. To the left of me, we got...
Nature Boy.
Yeah. Long hair, don't care, all of that good stuff. But other than that, make sure you like this video real quick. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you hit that bell so you can get all of our ring-a-ding-ding notifications on like that. But quick update this week, as we always do for every week. It's the Rhinos and Aliens After Dark, guys. You know what this show is about. We talk about sports. We talk about science. We talk about upcoming events. We just talk about everything in a quickly manner. Straight like that.
Sure.
It's as simple as I can say it.
Period, right?
Period, poo. We're gonna cut that out. Don't trademark that. I'm sorry. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna hand it over to the main man, Nature Boy.
Okay, so corrections for last week. We're finally done with AMC. Daniel made an announcement. Then I came back and was like, maybe Daniel was wrong.
Oh.
We were both correct. You were right. They were in a pilot session.
Oh.
And what I was talking about was the official launch. So AMC officially launched their private theater rentals after their pilot program. So we were both correct. I just, for clarity reasons. Secondly, going back to when we were talking about the alligator dinosaur thing.
Mm-hmm.
So just to be specific, the dinosaur version of the alligator is called Donyhal Francis.
Do they have horns coming out? Like, what is it called? Tusk?
Tusk, yes. And to be specific, this is an extinct genus of the crocodilian related to the modern alligator. So if you're wondering, crocodiles are actually more dinosaur than an alligator, since a crocodile comes directly from
the ancestor.
Yes, and an alligator basically branched off from the crocodile.
How the fuck did they get an alligator then? I'm gonna have to look this up.
But I wanted to make clarity about that specifically.
Yeah.
That's it for corrections that I know of, because nobody corrected us, so I just corrected.
We getting there, guys. No corrections. We're getting there.
Okay, now we're getting into the and just so you guys know, today we're talking about a little bit more than normal politics, but we just need to clarify. We're getting into some business, quote unquote, bankruptcies. We're going to talk about Tesla. We're going to talk about cities with rats. We're going to talk about some video game announcements, some entertainment news, and of course sports, which is going to include baseball, the PGA Tour, and then we have a lot of NBA to discuss. And as you guys know, next week we're going to dive deep into college football, just so you guys have a heads up.
Stay tuned for that.
Yes.
I say stay tuned a lot. We're going to let it pass.
But at least it's professional.
Yeah.
It's not a bad habit. It's just a habit. Okay, I just want to make this clear. Every time I talk about politics for this thing, it's as unbiased as possible. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are not our presidential and vice presidential elects for the simple reason of how the process of elections go. So everybody thinks we're on step 7 of this political process when we're technically only on a third step. And you guys are trying to figure out, what is he talking about? So there's 7 steps to an election. There's the election is being held, check. The citizens voted, check. Now they're being counted. And as the process is being counted, either side has the opportunity to contest the procedure.
I was so stuck, just like you. I'm like, I have no clue what he's trying to say. Because usually I would help, but
Yeah.
I had no clue.
It's good. So we're currently on that step. We're currently on step 3. Just so you guys know, before we get to the elect process, we still have to go from the results being permanently certified, which can't be done because they're still recounting the votes. Then we go to the elector votes their cast, meaning this is where the electors pick whichever side going off of the popular votes. Then the elector votes are counted, and then the winner is declared. So only when the winner is declared officially are elects, just so there's concrete facts out there and there's no confusion. Now some political news around the world. In South Australia, we have wives snitching on their husbands when they walk their dogs. And you're probably saying, what? What does this mean? Well, this is important because in Australia, at least South Australia, you can't leave your house for any reason whatsoever. Not to go to the gym.
A guy or a female?
Anybody.
Oh.
You can't go to the gym. You can't even walk your dog. You're only able to leave your house directly for mandatory work that is essential or for food. Anything else, including walking your fucking animals, is off limits. And if you have such a great wife who snitches on you.
I was about to say something real violent, but
I'm glad
I had to hold back because of,
many reasons.
Yeah. But you ain't shit.
That's the classiest way to put that.
You just not shit.
For our daily dose of Buffalo news and also shitting on some governors, once again, the governors of New York and Cali show who they really are, as Andrew Cuomo puts his entire state into lockdown protocols, specifically and especially New York City. He has more time to do interviews about his personal book, which is about how he defeated Corona, by the way. It's a law that New York City schools can't be shut down unless the Corona rate or whatever they're calling it hits a certain percentage. Yet of all the different systems in New York City or industries, the schooling system actually has the lowest rate of transmission.
In New York alone or just
at least New York City.
Okay.
So the news reporters were trying to get some news on why are you shutting down the schools if this is actually they're
fine.
Yeah. And then, of course, he's just being classy Kumo. Now moving on to the great governor of Cali. He is putting his state under limited stay-at-home protocols for a 1 full month. So from the end of
2020?
Yeah, basically. So basically from Thanksgiving all the way to Christmas. Even though he's personally having dinners indoors with double-digit peoples, no mask, he wants you
to either have
less than 10
people and indoors, and if it's hot enough, you got to eat outside.
Yes.
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So as a great person once said, do as I say, not as I dine. Oh, wait, I fucked that shit up. Not as I do, but he's dining, so.
Yeah, so either way, it's all fucked.
But this is the fucked up part. As bad as that might sound for a New York resident or a Cali resident, you know what they're doing in Pennsylvania?
What?
The governor just made it official that there is in your home mask mandates.
So you have to be, so you're saying you can be in the house and it's still mandatory to wear your mask?
Even if it's just the household individuals, even if you don't have any guests, mask mandates. Now, guys, if this is starting to feel like a cartoon episode, pay a fucking attention. I'm bringing this stuff up not because I'm leaning one political way or another. I'm bringing this up for the universal individual of the United States.
We trying to keep you up to speed, buddy.
And then lastly, for politics, and then we're going to be done with this, the CDC has officially came out about Thanksgiving. If you're having any types of Thanksgiving meal with more than the actual household individuals, they want you to have all your windows open. No matter what, stay 6 feet apart. Always wear your mask besides when you're putting food in your mouth. And make sure that only one person is in contact with multiple person objects, a la salad dressing. However, everybody should bring their own food for Thanksgiving. So,
wow.
I had in my notes, yep, but wow was just as suitable.
Wow.
Okay, now getting off of this depressing,
Political shit. Political shit.
we got some business news, and it's the first fact is actually pretty depressing. Guitar Center, which we get a lot of our equipment from, they're actually filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Oh. I mean, the good thing we paid already. So, yeah.
Specifically, they're doing this for protection after negotiating a debt-cutting deal with key investors and lenders. The company, which is struggling and has been struggling for years with excessive debt, plans to stay in business. And if you guys are wondering, if they were to somehow close, this Westlake Village, Cali-based retailer has 300 plus guitar centers, and another company that they own is Music and Arts. They own 200 plus stores as well. So that's a total of 500 stores that, depending how COVID goes, it could. Yeah. It's always sad when individuals lose a career path. And by the way, every time I've gone there, the people actually know what they're talking about, and they seem like they're not at least having a bad day.
They're just giving you good customer service.
Yeah, and
Which it should be.
They seem to be at least somewhat passionate. They know what you're talking about. It's good vibes. So that news kind of hit me. Now moving on to Tesla, because unbiased, right, guys? Tesla will join the S&P 500 index effective December 21st. And if you're wondering, in order to be eligible for the S&P 500, the company must be based in the U.S., must have a market capitalization of at least $8.2 billion, must be highly liquid, so fluid with their money, and must have at least 50% of its shares available to the public. So yes, Tesla is basically zooming past all those requirements. To put in perspective how massive Tesla has become in just a matter of 10 months, now they're more valued than Toyota, Disney, and Coca-Cola. And they have a market capitalization of $387 billion.
I knew it was pretty high, but Jesus.
Just to put this in perspective.
Once you said Disney, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And bro, don't sleep on Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I'm about to say Coca-Cola is up there. They've been up there.
Yeah. A company that's been around for 100 plus years now?
Sheesh.
Okay, so for our random topic of the day, it's cities with rats. I came across
New York.
No.
With the most rats?
Yeah.
I gotta hear this.
Okay, so it's the Windy City of Chicago. The Windy.
That was my next one.
Yeah. I would have never placed them first, though, just
Yeah.
because of the population of New York. But the Windy City has topped the list for the rattiest cities in the U.S. for the 6th year in a row.
Damn, why they have so many rats?
So Orkin, that company that sells a lot of products, it's Atlanta-based pet control service. They rank U.S. cities based on a number of new rodent treatments, and they do it from the beginning of September to the end of August every single year. The result is a list of 50 total cities with most changing spots each year on the list. However, as I've previously stated, Chicago has been determined to stay number one. And
determined. That's what got me.
I was just saying, when you're number one for 6 years in a row, you must be
Trying to keep it on the roll.
Well, but the funny part
Keep
is
it a tradition.
Efforts to tame the city's rat population has been going on for years, and it's actually in the city called War on Rats right now. There's an actual war on rats that's escalated to the introduction of a new rat task force. It's so serious. They got a rat task force.
All the best rat killers, we're calling you out. We need you.
And this task force has been around since 2016, so obviously they're doing their job.
RAT, assemble. No, RTK.
RTK.
Rat tasks. Rat. What is it?
No,
Rats.
wouldn't it be RTF? Rat Task Force?
Oh, RTF. Assemble.
Now, if you guys are wondering, local residents have been adopting cats to squash the numbers. So as the rat population has increased, the correlation of the cat population has significantly increased with local residents. And just so you guys, if you're curious, to round out the top 10 for Orkin's list for the worst cities, number 1 is Chicago. Number 2 is LA. Number 3 is New York City. So technically, New York City is actually improving their situation.
They're getting there.
4th is Washington, D.C. Next is San Francisco. Next is Detroit. Next is Philly. Surprisingly, Baltimore.
Wait, you said Philly?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Not really. Yeah, not too bad.
For me, Baltimore, I'm surprised just for the population density.
Yeah.
And then another 2 surprising ones, Denver and Minneapolis. Denver, just because of the altitude, I wouldn't think rats would.
Yeah, I don't think the rats will go there.
And then Minneapolis, because of the cold. Bro, it gets cold there.
I wouldn't know that one at all. Wouldn't know that at all.
So that is the random news of the day. And man, aren't you glad Buffalo ain't anywhere near that?
We got some big rats though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see them often, but we got some big rats.
I would make the case on a rat per capita basis, we might be going toe to toe with any city in the States.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, how many we have, or
every rat per person, rather than obviously
we would win.
We'll be up there.
Yeah, but
because think about
big
it,
as fuck.
New York has 10 times or 100 times more people than we do. Of course, they're gonna have more rats.
Yeah,
but do they have the size that we do?
Yeah, them motherfuckers is huge. Them shits is cats.
Bro, I'll never forget. I came across a rat, bro, that was the size of freaking Gabby downstairs when I was 12 years old. And it had the red eyes, bro. I turned the light on.
Steroids. That man was eating nothing but protein.
Yo, there's these...
My man said, I'm getting in the gym.
Yo,
I ain't getting up.
Did you ever see that rat episode of Batman Beyond with the Rat Man? And
yeah.
Bro, and you remember how they showed the red eyes in the darkness?
It was like that.
My
man was looking at you like, I dare you to do something.
I turned the light off and never looked back, dude. I ran like a little bitch that I was.
Nigga said, nope, fuck that.
Yo, just as a random segue. Yo, did you see that Bills game against Arizona, dude?
I didn't see it, but I did see
the
that
highlights?
that one highlight, yeah.
Bruh. Well, first off, the Bills had a double-digit lead. I think it was 13 or 14, and they lost. So, typical Bills fashion. But to be fair, bro, with a minute left, Diggins caught a pass as he was falling, completely stretched out for what was supposed to be the game winner. So that right there could have been the catch of the game. And then, of course, Hopkins does his... Okay, everybody's saying...
That man jumped high.
Everybody's saying that's a spectacular catch. It is. But if Kyler Murray does not get the ball exactly in that spot between 3 fucking defenders, I don't care how good his hands are. If that pass is 5 inches further or 5 inches shorter...
Interception or incomplete pass.
Exactly. So as great as the catch was, and it is...
The pass was even better.
There's no defense for a perfect pass. There never was, and there never will be that we know of.
He got that ball right to the quarterback, right to the receiver, like he was supposed to.
Dude,
and that receiver said, "I got this."
And if you see the close-up photos, bro, the ball is legit right in his hands and nowhere near the 3 other defenders. It's like, holy sh!
Yeah, that also goes on to the receiver too. The high hand, the eye and hand coordination, because when you watch it, he was standing there looking at it like, all right, where is that? It's right here.
Hey, bro, without one, you can't have the other. But no matter how good his hands are, if that pass is just off by a few inches, it changes the complete dynamics of that play. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because like you said, 5 inches more, it could have been out of bounds also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now moving into the video game section. Ubisoft claims that Assassin's Creed Valhalla had the largest launch in series history. They did not release any numbers, but to put this in perspective, there has now been a total of 5 Assassin's Creed games that have sold 10 plus million copies. And this easily had the best launch. When you sell 10 plus million copies, to put that in perspective, God of War sold around 13, 14. And that was a Game of the Year contender. And for most outlets, winner. So just to put that into perspective, this is the best launch in Assassin's Creed history, dude.
I was thinking about buying it today, but I didn't because I just feel like I would be lost.
Well, you still could, bro. Yo, did you buy these digitally or physically?
Physically. I bought Call of Duty and Spider-Man physically.
Where?
Target.
Did you get the 2-for-1 deal?
No. Because apparently, I asked. I don't know if the lady knew what she was talking about, but I still have my receipt, so we'll find out.
Oh, bro. Tomorrow?
I know it ends tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yo, bro, you could get Assassin's Creed Valhalla for free.
I was going to get Godfall.
You could do that. The reviews just are a little iffy, but...
I mean, I seen this one guy do the gameplay, and it didn't look bad. He didn't play a lot of it, so I don't know exactly. I think he only played like 30 minutes of it, but the gameplay wasn't bad.
Either way, you got gypped of a free game, and we're going to fix that tomorrow.
Yeah, because I think the lady just didn't know what she was talking about. Because I asked her, and she didn't really know. She was like, maybe it's just an online thing, but then she tried to check the prices on the games, and then see if it was like a deal or something popped up. I said, hold on, let me check.
No, she fucked up because the deal doesn't go through unless you purchase 3 games at once. And I know this because I've done that program multiple times throughout the years. Because they always do it before it used to always be the second week of November, and then they switched it to the third right before Black Friday.
Okay, so it looks like I'm going back tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
I went to the Delaware one, so we can go if you want.
Well, it doesn't matter which store you go to as long as it's a Target store. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So either one, you're good.
I'm definitely getting my free game.
Yeah.
I got my receipt. I made sure I didn't throw it out.
Okay, good, bro. Okay, after that, we have IO Interactive. This is the creator and the developer of the Hitman series. They were hinting at a new IP/game. You know what it ended up turning out to be?
What?
A 007 game.
No.
Did you see the teaser trailer for it?
I'm not sure.
They released a teaser trailer, and it announces and concludes that they're making a James Bond origin narrative game.
So it's going to be more than one? Or is it just all of them in one?
No. It's a completely original. From what I've read, it's an original concept.
Oh,
it's not based off of the movies whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah. But can you imagine the narrative and the history of James Bond with Hitman-style gameplay?
That is going to be amazing. That is going to be amazing.
Bro.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
So, yeah, I am highly excited for that one.
Yeah.
Now moving into entertainment, we do have some sad news, but since we talked about the other co-creator of Scooby-Doo, I had to give my praises for this. Ken Spears, who is the other co-creator of Scooby-Doo, he passed November 10th at the age of 82, and this is just a few months after Ruby, the other co-creator, passed away at the age of 87, August 26th. We talked about Ruby. This is the other co-creator.
Okay. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah, so it's almost one of those weird things with the wife and the husband. When one of them dies, a few months later,
the other one,
passes away with old age.
Man, write RIP in the chat. I mean, in the comment section.
Facebook.
Right. Write RIP in the comment section for Scooby-Doo, man.
If you guys are curious about Wonder Woman, it is official. Wonder Woman has a release date, and it is sticking to its Christmas release date
for
Wonder Woman, 1984.
So it's still saying the same.
However, now it's debuting in theaters and on HBO Max same day.
I think last time they were saying it was just going to be like
HBO Max, but it was rumored that it was going to full blow just go to HBO Max. Mm-hmm. So the fact they're doing theaters, I guess, is a win for theater folks. And now we are going into my Francis moment. The Walt Disney Company officially reported that the company will take a $6.9 billion hit in 2020 due to COVID-19.
Damn.
6.9 billion.
Damn.
6.9.
Billion.
I'm going to move on.
That's a lot. Damn.
Yeah, 6.9, bro. Now moving into sports.
69.
We have some baseball news. Theo Epstein is stepping down in his role as president of baseball operations effective November 20th. And he's departing the organization after 9 years. So if you're curious, he is the GM who brought the Cubs their first World Series in basically 100 plus years. I believe it was 103 years. And he's the guy who brought the Red Sox their first World Series in 75 plus years. So that is why that's so important. Jed Hoyer, who joined the club in 2011 as executive vice president general manager, is now officially stepping up as president of basketball operations. Moving on to the PGA Tour. We don't watch golf. I don't like golf. But history was made. Dustin Johnson wins his second major, first green jacket. However, he becomes the only player to reach 20 under in Masters history. And with this tournament win, this is his 14th consecutive year winning a PGA Tour tournament. And if you're wondering, only 3 individuals have had a streak as long or longer than that. And they're all Hall of Famers.
He Hall of Famer in the making.
Yes, and to emphasize, 14 straight years. And another Francis moment, can you imagine being so good to where you could just compete in a professional environment for 14 years? Now try winning 14 straight years. And if you don't think you could do that, most likely, yes, it is because you're a piece of shit. I'm joking, guys.
Wow.
Yo, at the end of the day, compared to greatness, we're all pieces of shit. We just try to tell ourselves we're not, but it's okay.
Man. I don't know what the hell he talking about, but I'm the best at whatever I do. It don't matter what I do, I'm the best at it.
That's what I like to hear, baby.
I can be shit, and I'm still gonna be the best of being shit.
That's perspective. That's for sure. Now moving on to the NBA, where we got some news we have to talk about. It's been a hot minute since we talked about the NBA. My mind's been going crazy, so let's dive deep into this.
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, the NBA draft. Minnesota drafted the kid out of Georgia. Golden State drafted the man out of Memphis, James Wiseman. Charlotte, who's owned by Michael Jordan, drafted LaMelo Ball.
6'7" guard.
This is personally my favorite pick, and I'm getting real Luka vibes from this. So I might be completely spot on. And I'm going after the new Luka, or this might be like Lonzo Ball, and I completely shit the prediction bed.
Well, I won't say Luka, but I also won't say Lonzo Ball, only because LaMelo Ball is out of the brothers the most talented to me. Although Lonzo has, of course, made it first.
A more
See,
this
LaMelo
is
more versatile to me.
But this is the misconception. If somebody asks you who's the better passer, most people say Lonzo. LaMelo Ball is actually the better passer.
Yeah.
And then if you ask who's the better shooter, most people say, oh, it's easily LaMelo. No, Lonzo is technically the better shooter at this moment.
Okay, at this moment, only because
no, Lonzo is bro. We only see the highlight reels of his.
I was saying from game, like actually watching him in game.
Yeah,
he has increased his shooting this past year, definitely. But when he first came, compared to before he was traded, it was pretty bad.
Okay, but let that sink in. LaMelo Ball is worse than that, bro. LaMelo Ball, if you look up his stats,
his percentages is bad, only because he shoots a lot, though.
The volume, yes.
He shoots a lot.
He's going to have to correct that. And even with that being said,
but he's in the NBA now. He doesn't have to take those many shots. But
As long as Charlotte gets a team around him, I agree with you.
Yeah, as of now, he does not need to take as many shots as he was doing.
But he is low-key built like Luka, bro. He's not the fastest.
Yeah.
He's not the most athletic, but he somehow gets around people. I'm telling you, watch.
He had experience from him being so short and playing that guard, but then like out of nowhere,
he's 6'7".
Yeah, out of nowhere, he grabbed like crazy height. All of that, so it's like all that experience. I remember watching this one interview. He said that even it took him a while to get used to that height. He said like having that height out of nowhere, it took a while to get used to. But once he got used to it,
bro, you know what I could do with 6 inches right now?
He got more physical. His body was starting to get used. Like he was starting to take those contact layups, all of that, dunks, all of that. I'm happy to see.
And I think. The Hornets might have finally found their franchise player.
I won't say that, but we will see.
By the way, with this pick, this makes history where the Ball brothers, Lonzo and LaMelo, not only become the first set of brothers drafted in the top 5 in NBA history, they become the first drafted in the top 3. So once again, only one set of brothers were ever drafted in the top 10. None was ever in the top 5. They were drafted in the top 3. So say what you will, feel how you will about their father. He, from a genetic perspective and from a upbringing perspective, so nature and nurture, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I at the very least respect him, even if I hate the man, which I don't. Respect realness, bruh.
Yeah, definitely.
He provides results.
Potential three people coming into the league if Angelo can.
Well, he's actually already in the league. He's playing for D League, but you're still in the league. So
I think he's just in the D League right now from what he did.
Yeah. Well, he's technically the least talented of the 3 brothers. Now moving on to number 8, which is personally my steal of the draft. The New York Knicks drafted Obi Toppin. And you're like, who the fuck is this? He's a Cinderella story. Let this shit sink in. He was unranked coming out of high school. He had to go to community college his first year before he even got a scholarship offer. He grew 6 inches between his sophomore and junior season, which is the main reason why he was unranked coming out of high school. After his first year in community college, he committed to Dayton, and he still didn't even get a full ride. Then he was forced to sit out his freshman season at Dayton. So now, if you're doing the math, it's 2 full years that he's supposed to be in college, and he hasn't played a single major NCAA basketball game. Then his sophomore year, he averages 20-plus points per game off of 60-plus% shooting, and he wins the National College Player of the Year award for Dayton. And, of course, now he got drafted 8th overall. So he is legit the embodiment of a Cinderella story. So congrats to him. And the few games that I did watch in college, he's smooth. He's silky smooth. He needs to massively improve on his defense, but the best way to describe it, and what a lot of people are saying, he's a thicker, taller version of Tatum. Of course, not as Kobe-like, but he has that frame and build work.
Okay.
What many people are considering the steal of the draft was number 9 right after that, Washington, where they drafted Deni Avdija, and he is of Israeli descent. And what everybody's saying is that he technically could end up a bust, or he could end up being the best player of the draft. There's a lot of wiggle room, but a lot of people were scared about Luka, and look what turned out with that.
Right. One of the best up-and-coming.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's all I have to say for today's episode.
Bing, bada, boom. So, real quick, let's give out the 5-finger rhino thrust, uppercut, jab, fisty, all of that. The double fist, all of that. But real quick, number 1, like this video like I said in the beginning. Number 2, subscribe. Number 3, hit that bell, a ring-a-ding-ding, just to make sure you get all of our notifications whenever we post it. Number 4, make sure you share on every social media. But for the most part, we are active and live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So make sure you just follow us, like us, all of that. And number 5, like I said also in the beginning, comment. If you guys think we need some corrections or just tighten up a little bit or whatever, leave a comment. Also, like I said earlier, say RIP in the comment for Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah.
And just like that,
LLPH.
we out of here. LLPH.
Cadoodle.
Just a friendly reminder, guys. Hit the subscribe button in this corner. And then for the newest video. Then for the most recommended. And then for our famous dick pic.